It is a light heavyweight showdown between Mauricio Shogun Rua and Jon Jones. All right, so here he is, the consensus greatest mixed martial arts athlete of all time, UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones. It has been a remarkable career. The toughest fight he has had came against you. He is trying to add to his legacy here tonight in what is yet another big spot for Johnny Bones.
Jon Jones is a guy that has reached the true pinnacle of mixed martial arts. No matter what he was going through outside of the octagon, the moment he stepped foot in there, he was just the best of the very best. I've shared the octagon with him twice, and I have never felt that I was getting attacked by so many different things. He's a phenomenal mixed martial artist, truly deserves to go down in the UFC Hall of Fame. A champion now, was a champion before, one of the longest reigns in UFC light heavyweight history. And it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it as well as he does. That 84-inch reach, certainly one of many tools in the vast arsenal of Johnny Bones Jones. Well, this is truly an 8-point striker, DC, a Muay Thai practitioner making the walk to the octagon yet again here tonight. I love the way he stands high on his toes whenever he's approaching. The hands are high, not always closed. They're just up and high. He's bouncing on that back foot, and everything he throws has no load up. The outside leg kick is truly something special. He will brutalize you with the leg kick, and the moment you start to switch your stance, he will go across to the opposite side to beat that leg up. Then you get desperate. You start trying to grab him. That's when you start to run into the knees. You start to run into the elbows. He's just the most brutal guy that we've seen in the UFC for a long time. And at last check, there are no gloves or any padding on the feet or the knees. Nothing to protect you. Caution, flammable. And now our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight fight. Jones is 33. Rua is 38. Jones will have the 8-inch reach advantage. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a look-see-do fighter, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 1 loss, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Jon Bones Jones! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai kickboxer, holding a professional record of 27 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, Mauricio Shogun Rua! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, your referee.
Ready?
All right, so lofty expectations for this matchup as round 1 gets underway. Seems to be a striking advantage on one side, but on the other, truly a fighter who can do it. And that guy will usually have the advantage on paper. When you're a striker, at this guy's level, that will normally balance out whatever advantage the other guy has. Rua gets touched by that kick there. All right, first round is underway here. We say in mixed martial arts, it's one thing to have the reach advantage. It's another thing to use it. We'll see if he can get that jab going. He has got to fight tall. He's got to stay at range, use his length to give his opponent problems, trying to bring the fight into a closer distance. Just misses with that one. Nice stick with the right hand. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. When you're in a clinch, you can pull down on the head and land these beautiful punches to the head. And both guys really throwing with authority. Oh, working hard here against the fence. We'll see if he can get the takedown. Punch over the top. Trying to establish that jab once again. Oh, a little single collar tie there. And able to avoid the punch there. Nice slip by Johnny Bones. Nice job by Johnny Bones there on the feet. I'm not in the prediction business, but if the opponent doesn't adjust here, this could be the beginning of the end.
He's got to do something different. Because for Joe...
Hip tosses him down. Now we'll see if he can advance position.
I mean, right into side control.
All right, working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the boxer. Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the ground.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need to control posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down the strike in your opponent.
Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Rua. Oh, wow, that happened quickly as the fighter reverses position there on the ground.
Unbelievable position change. Wow, what a transition.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Rua. A lot of high-level striking action in that last round. Daniel, take us through it if you will.
Tit for tat. Who has the best chin? It seemed as though they were looking for that answer. Both guys took risk. What a fantastic round.
Você que tem que copiar primeiro, tem que sair na frente.
5 minutes down, here we go now, DC, with the start of our second round. Shogun Rua. And, of course, the future UFC Hall of Famer, the all-time great Jon Jones. Well, we talked about his reach advantage. Over the top, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Beautiful level change. Make him think you're going low, to slide over the top with that beautiful overhand. Great punch. Look at the force behind that leg kick. Big punch lands over the top. How's he going to follow this one up? Nice stick with the right hand.
So 37 total strikes have landed for Jon Jones. And unofficially landing at a 69% clip, at least to this point in the fight, against the great Mauricio Shogun Rua.
Oh, you got to watch him attacking submissions. He throws the legs up to try to get a triangle choke here. There he is. He's moving to the finishing position. Now watch him go barrel. Oh, man, that was slick.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Jones is attempting to pass here, but he's denied by the defense. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Shogun Rua. We have just reached the midway point of the fight. Well, you got to stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch.
Now he has a headlock trying to pin his opponent's back down flat onto the mat. Look for him to transition to an arm triangle to try to chase the finish. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes to the finish. Watch his chest go to the mat. He goes flat. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Wow. All right, right into side control here, DC. Biggest difference between half guard and side control.
Well, side control.
Oh, he's going for his arm now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're getting a finish here. this might just be a matter of time. And there it is.
He got him. What a fight.
Yeah, you've got to admire the focus and the commitment to getting the finish. You could tell he was in hot pursuit of that submission much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it, so he sets it up beautifully, lets it materialize almost organically, and ultimately gets the desired result. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and it'll be very interesting to see how they match-make him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 40 seconds of round number 2. For the winner by submission, Shogun
All right, so there he is, all smiles, and rightfully so after he gets the job done by submission tonight. You told me off the air before the fight that he was going to submit him, and that's exactly what happened, man.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. And his opponent is known to lay in the guard. He made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.